Hi there, it's Paul here, Bearded Badger Publishing and Books. Now you got my words wrong then. Publishing and Books in Belpart in Derbyshire. Welcome, as ever, to the Friday feature. If you're not familiar with the Friday feature, you've been panic buying, haven't you? Stop it. Um, Stop your panic buying. I'll tell you what it's about. It's about me talking about books. It's not about me. It's me talking about books, which I do all the time, but I just do it in front of a camera on a Friday. So let's crack on and do that, shall we? Last week I told you I was reading this one, Percival Everett by Virgil Russell, by Percival Everett. Finished that. Fantastic book, real chip off the Everett block. Very similar in style to I'm Not Sidney Poitier, very similar in that sort of madcat way, but it's basically even more sort of mad in many ways. It's a father and a son, and you're not sure who's narrating to who this story. It's sort of really unreliable narrator, plays on that heavily, and it twists around and back and forth. But it's honestly such a good writer, such a some wicked passages in there that make you laugh. There's other bits in there that's sort of quite poignant. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot, and I'm sure you will too. Percival Everett by Virgil Russell by Percival Everett, Influx Press, $9.99. It's out now. Get on that one. It's a good one. So, what am I reading at the moment? I'm reading this one at the moment, which is The History of Bones by John Lurie, a memoir. I'll read you the quick bit of blurb from inside. The quintessential depiction of 1980s New York and the downtown scene from the artist, actor, musician and composer John Lurie. I'm surprised he had time to notice where he was with all that going on, but well, he clearly does. What attracted me to this book? Well, one of my favourite books is Just Kids by Patti Smith, which I think is a fantastic book. A real sort of the quintessential book of love, of art and New York City in that particular time period, what I call the CBGB's era. And this sounds very similar, so I'm interested to get another viewpoint. I'm not really that familiar with John Lurie, if I'm being dead honest with you, so I'm kind of going in a little bit fresh. So yeah, we'll see how we get on with it. I've only just started it, so far so good. I'll let you know next week, as they say. So that's my own personal reading. I did read a book in between them, but I'll come on to that in a minute. It's that little wink then. Don't know. Anyway, what have we had new in the shop? We've had this one come in. This is Nick, by Michael Farris Smith, published by our friends at No Exit Press. I think it's $8.99. As you might tell from the beautiful cover there, it's very very Gatsby-esque, you might say. Well, there's a reason for that. Before Nick Carraway, from Gatsby, moved to West Egg and into Gatsby's world, he was at the centre of a very different story, one taking place along the trenches and deep within the tunnels of World War One. So it's kind of a precursor to Gatsby. It's the story of Nick Carraway, who and reimagining of his life pre-Gatsby. So fascinating concept. Sounds good, yeah. So I'm going to get on that one myself, I think. So I'm such a rubbish bookseller, aren't I? Instead of selling to you, I'll sell them to myself. So yeah, $8.99 that one. No Exit Press. Looks beautiful. Sounds great. I'm going to get on that one as well. So all good. Another one we've had come in this shop, which I don't think it's new, but it's new to me, and it's this one, The Urban Forager by Hoxton Mini Press, who put out the most beautiful books, I have to say. And I've got a couple of them. Portrait of Britain, photography book, so beautifully put together. They just ooze quality. I love a quality book, and this one's no different. Nice pocket-sized book, Urban Forager, find and cook wild food in the city, and it's exactly that. It's got little bits of based on things that you might find in the city, and then how to make things from it, little recipes and cowslip summer rolls, anybody, and it's just a beautiful looking little book. I think $12.99 that one. Hoxton Mini Press. And the forager is a guy called Russ Lawrence, who's a professional forager, Yeah, I think that's a really nice looking book, and I'm all over stuff like that. So yeah, get on that one as well. Why don't you? I might. And then I mentioned quickly that I read another book in between finishing the Everett and starting the Lurie, and it was this one, Weird Fucks by Lynne Tillman. And I was lucky enough to be sent an advance copy of this by our friends at Peninsula Press. Thank you for that, honest. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Brilliant book. It's like it's only a short sort of novella. I mean, 108, 109 pages, something like that. Made up of a series of small sort of vignettes almost, which could be read independently. I think. I don't think you really need to read them in any sort of chronological order. But it's basically the story of a woman and her weird fucks, as the title suggests, and it is fantastic. It's really sort of gritty and very, very open, very graphic, shall we say. I really, really enjoy it. It's the kind of books I like to read, actually. So well done to Peninsula for getting that one out. And it also alerted me to the fact that we do have another Tillman book in the stable here, in the Badger's set, which is this one, Men and Apparitions. And I'm ashamed to say I haven't read this yet. So in true rubbish bookseller form, I'm probably going to buy myself a copy of that and take that home and have a read, because it does sound very, very good. And the main character's name's Ezekiel, which was my grandfather's name, so what's not a lot there. But it's yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this one, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to enjoy this one. So couple of crackers there. That one's $8.99. This one's $12.99. Both by our friends at Peninsula Press. Get on them, top notch. So what else has gone on? Not a lot really. We've got, as I said last week, we've got our latest two poetry books out. They've gone down really well. Thank you to everybody that's bought a copy of those. I managed to get copies to the author this past week as well. They both seem really happy with it, so that's feels like a job well done from my point of view, because that's why we do it. And also thanks to everybody that bought a copy of Drew's latest little chapbook. Let me know what you think of it. Should we do more of that stuff, the sort of short chapter stuff, you know, chapbook stuff? I know like Nick Royal does quite a bit with Nightjar Press, which was a bit of it, I ain't gonna lie, a bit of an influence on us doing that. I've got quite a lot of the Nightjar books. I think they're brilliant, the chapbooks. So obviously ours is a little bit different in appearance to those, but you know, is there a market for doing more of that? Do you want more of that? If you do, let me know, because I think it's a nice thing to put out sometimes, and it opens the window of opportunity, shall we say, sometimes to some writers that write that sort of form. So maybe that's worth doing. So that's it really for this week. A shorter one than normal, maybe. Well, not by a lot, to be fair. 8 minutes 20. Hopefully you caught the video I did with Wross Lowe, the writer of Stepford Harry Salt, which we published in November. We had a good old chinwag. It's about 50 minutes long, that one. But if you'll find that on the YouTube channel, you'll find links to it on our social media as well, where we just talk about what the influences behind Harry Salt were, the writing process, some of the books Wross likes. So yeah, get on that, have a look at that as well if you get a chance. So that's about it really. So I'll do a quick recap as I always do. There's the two Peninsula Press books, Weird Fucks and Men and Apparitions, both by Lynne Tillman. I've read this one, brilliant. Need to read that one. The Foraging book, that one there, that's a beautiful put together book. The Urban Forager, Hoxton Mini Press, $12.99 that one. No Exit Press, Nick by Michael Farris Smith. Sounds fantastic, sounds a great concept. Looking forward to getting myself a copy of that. And then what I'm currently reading, which is the History of Bones by John Lowry, and what I read over the last week, Percival Everett by Virgil Russell by Percival Everett. Brilliant. Recommend that one thoroughly. $9.99 from Influx Press. Just started that one, so I'll let you know how I get on with it. So that's it. hopefully we are open. Well, we are open tomorrow, 10 till 5. We shut on Sunday, which is a bit of a blow because there's the food festival in Belper, and the archaic monsters at Amber Valley Council haven't given us planning permission to open, which is a bit of a blow because I think it would have been a nice one for us to be open for. We want to open Sundays anyway, but it's a long story which I won't bore you with, but it's to do with residents and blah 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 blah. It's sad, but bureaucracy rules sometimes, eh? So yeah, we're open till 10 to 5 on Saturday, back open again on the Tuesday. Pop down, come say hello, and we'll have a chat about books. I'll let you know how I get on with the John Lurie one. Stop your panic buying, will you? Apparently there's enough petrol to go around. Just because our government have messed up continually, don't mean you have to. Okay? Use a bit of that. Use your noggin. Alright, have a good one. Stay safe, everybody, and have a lovely weekend. Speak soon. Adios.